Heads up, Hobby Maniacs, MBG here again with the newest White Dwarf. And by the way, happy birthday, White Dwarf. This is issue 52, dated 24th January 2015. Of course, it's been 52 weeks since they reformatted the White Dwarf, going to this new weekly format here. It started, I want to say, the second week of February last year. So not quite, a year elapsed time, but week time, we're right here the second week towards the end of January. So it switches up a little bit. It's not an exact science, but it is the 1 year anniversary of the new format of White Dwarf. So I hope Games Workshop got what they wanted out of it because, well, I mean, it's bringing more people in the stores as far as I can tell. I mean, every week. You don't have to buy them all. That's one of the reasons we do the review, is so you guys can check it out and be like, oh, I need to get that. Oh, I don't need to get that. Obviously, if you play 40K, you don't need to get them all because some of them are about the Hobbit, some of them are about fantasy, some of them don't have a whole lot of content, some of them have formations and stuff in them. So you definitely want to, always check it out. You don't need to get all 52. Maybe you're a maniac. Maybe you want to spend that $200-$300, whatever it is a year, and pick them all up. That's cool. I mean, obviously I pick them all up. I don't know what to do with all these White Dwarfs sitting around here, but I guess maybe I'll build a little fortress for my cats or something, but who knows. So anyways, this week, it's a pretty good one. Not a whole lot for fantasy, but if you're into The Hobbit and you're into 40K, this is the issue for you, of course. I don't know how many people are into both of those, but I'm sure they're out there. So, opening salvo, obviously, Necrons are coming. We've seen a lot of stuff spoiled about this here in the past week or so, and now, of course, it's a real thing. Oh, and spoiler alert, it does look like the Harlequins are coming in the back here. A Dance of Death. So that definitely refers to the big, reenactment that they always do, representing the fall of the Eldar and the rise and / birth of Slaanesh. So getting back to the actual contents of this, they've got a new release for The Hobbit. It's, I guess, the Battle of 5 Armies. But what the cool thing is there's some models for the White Council that fought at the Dol Guldur, I think it was, that ominous fortress where Sauron was kind of rebuilding his strength. He was becoming the evil necromancer that kind of plagued the beginnings. I guess you didn't really see it in the first movie, but if you read the book, he was kind of like a behind the scenes kind of guy, and he was kind of orchestrating all those crazy happenings and the spiders and things that were going on in the early, book of The Hobbit, which they turned into 3 movies. So we'll say the early movies of The Hobbit, or The Hobbit, the book itself. Anyways, it's hard to keep track of books and hard to keep track of movies when they turn one book into all those movies and several books into 3 movies, and I don't even know anymore. Anyways, Lord of the Rings, it's great, love it. Thank you, Tolkien. Thank you, because we have Warhammer Fantasy basically, and some 40K because of Tolkien too. You can definitely trace back a lot of inspiration, a lot of things there. So we got that. We got those releases. Really cool stuff. They look great. There's rules in here, and of course we've got what's his face, Radagast. Also, it's got a new model, and there's great Eagle stuff, representing the Battle of 5 Armies type things. Codex Necrons preview. Then we've got digital releases for Necrons, as well as the End Times books are all out on digital release this week too, which was really cool. Some Black Library stuff. Balance Darkblade. I'm so disappointed. My favorite character in all of the Warhams. It died in Curse of Cain. Just got owned by the demon inside, literally, and. Very sad. I can't stomach any more Malice Darkblade fluff because I know he's dead, and he's dead to me now. He's in a better place, I hope. The rules of engagement kind of shows the new releases for the White Council and the rules as well. Then we got the new Decurion. Now, apparently there's a bunch of rumors that the Decurions are going to be something that's in 40K or in something you'll be able to field for anybody, but then it doesn't really allude to that in the White Dwarf. So we're hearing that, but we're not really sure yet, so nobody 100% knows for sure. There's a new formation in here, the Reclamation Legion. Then Paint Splatter article, How to Paint Your Necron Overlord. Great issue. They're a great feature in this one. And then we get into the actual rules themselves. So, this was actually a battle report about how to fight that big epic battle scene where the Nazgul and Sauron are basically, coming after the White Council and set the trap for them, and then it's that big epic battle in the haunted castle thing there, Dol Guldur. But it looks really cool. Like if I was in the Hobbit, I definitely want to reenact that. It looks super epic, and that's the kind of stuff that gets people into this hobby, whether it's the Lord of the Rings / Hobbit hobby, or Warhammer Fantasy, Warhammer 40K, whatever. So it's good stuff. It's good to see it in here. It's good to see that kind of inspiration because it's all about bringing the hobby back. Playing it's great, but the majority of people aren't competitive gamers out there. Let's be honest. So we want to see more hobby. It's all about the hobby. And then the Week in White Dwarf, just some wrap-ups from the studio, and then of course I showed you that spoiler alert, which there is actually another one in here as well for the Harlequins themselves. So here we go, Necron Overlord, holler! This guy looks hot. I mean, we saw him in the Shield of Ball books, but I mean, just seeing the close-ups like this, and not those like super grainy small pictures of him leading the army and in that one formation, he just looks so much better. I mean, look at that cape. The stuff they do with the digital 3D design is kind of bananas. Then we got the new releases, the White Council, and then Radagast, I said as well, has a new release. Then it gets into the Necron Codex preview, which is great stuff. I mean, it's been a while for that. Then some more releases here. Of course, you're going to see the Warlord and all the versions of the Codex, the Necron Codex, and things like that. But pretty much everybody knows that stuff's happening, so we don't have to get into that, I guess. Then we've got the little Battle Reporter special rule here, the Fall of the Necromancer, where he gets banished back, for a short time or whatever. But he does come back stronger than ever. So we got that. And then the next page here is a preview for the Decurions. So it doesn't exactly say what it is. It just kind of goes over some stuff as far as the Necrons in relation to the Necrons and how they work and the big flow chart here. Which, interestingly enough, you've got specific overlords here, which they tell you down here can be fielded as so-and-so, basically Oberon, or the traditional stuff here, the Traveler, the Collector, but as far as, or Nemesis. So, and then also, you notice over here, in the Court of the Royal King, you can take the Stormlord, because Stormlord's is a lot of people's favorite, right? So, that's really cool to see that they kind of made it so you can take an Overlord, one Overlord here, and then you can also have Nemesis, or not Nemesis, the Stormlord as well, kind of depending on how you do it. So all this is basically how you're going to create your army. It's like the new Force Org for Necrons. Now, whether this is going to splash over to new codexes and things like that in 40K remains to be seen. But it's interesting to note how they're doing this, maybe because the cool thing that a lot of people don't realize about this is, right, that you can take like, how do I want to say it? Okay, so you can basically input things in here, like you got the Reclamation Legion, 0-1 per Reclamation Legion, right? Well, here is your Reclamation Legion, so you can basically insert these formations straight into the Decurions. So it's like a way to basically kind of control how you field the formations and things like that, and how you put what into what here and there. So that's really interesting to see, because a lot of this, you got formations, you got detachments, and it all gets very confusing, and people forget, well, I got to take this for this, and I can't ally with this, and then there's this. But it seems like they're trying to streamline it, or maybe I'm just reading too much more into it. It's hard to say at this point, because all we have is this one example. Which, speaking of hard to say and needing examples, all these guys are on 32mm bases, in case you didn't notice. So it looks like the new reboxing of the Necrons that are going to come in that black box now, because when GW goes back, when they redo the lines, they rebox everything into the new black box, air quotes, you see my air quotes there, format of boxing. So it looks, it looks great on the shelf. It looks way more dynamic, but now they're coming with 32mm. So very interesting to see. And then the paint splatter article, like I said, this is a good one. It's not quite that big. It's only 2 pages, but then again, it's only on one model, so what can you say? But down here, I would like to draw your attention to Trooping the Colors next week. I guess that's a paint splatter on the Harlequin Troop, I hope. Here's the rules on Radagast and the Great Eagle as well. And then, of course, the remaining White Council members. Saruman, Eldron, and Gladriel, and then just gets into some review and stuff like that. And like I said, I already showed you the spoiler for next week, which the spoiler for the week after is already out, and it says that the dance continues. So it looks like 1 week in Necrons, maybe 2 weeks of Harlequins. Maybe we'll see those sweet Necron jet bikes, or not Necron, Eldar jet bikes that have kind of eluded us for so many years. I guess it was they were spotted first in 2006, and now we're starting to see they're starting to reappear. Maybe we'll see them as Harlequins. Maybe not. It's hard to say, but it's very exciting times for 40K. We've heard a lot of rumors out there about what's supposed to come out in the next 6 months. I think we got the roadmap posted up over on the Spiky Bits forum. So that's pretty cool because it shows right now Steve the Warboss is 3 for 3 on those Necrons. What was it? It was Necrons, Harlequins, and the stuff that came out earlier in this month. And Harlequin, so 3 for 3. That's pretty good. Oh, and Tom's thankful. So 3 for 3 so far, which is actually in the order he did it. It's actually pretty hard to do. So who knows? There might be some truth to these rumors. Might not be. They're saying Sisters. They're saying Archeon, Book 5 End Times. They're saying Chaos Space Marines. They're saying 9th Edition Fantasy. All in the next 6 months. So that would be neat to see. Super exciting. I'd like to see some fantasy. I'd like to get back into fantasy. I haven't played maybe 6 games at 8th, and that's it. It's been 5 years. I'm a little disappointed in myself. Please don't judge me. So, exciting times indeed. Make sure you stay in the trenches. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Check out the blog, spikybitsblog.com, and listen to our podcast, forgethenarrative.com.